The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. I was not, I was, I am not, I care not. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. If death is, we are not; if we are, death is not. He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. When you die, your mind will be gone even faster than your body. Never say that, I have taken it, only that, I have given it back. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our abundance. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here, and when it does come, we no longer exist. I have never wished to cater to the crowd, for what I know they do not approve, and what they approve, I do not know. How unhappy are the lives of men, how purblind their hearts. The noble man is chiefly concerned with wisdom and friendship. Of these, the former is a mortal good, the latter an immortal one. To eat and drink without a friend is to devour like the lion and the wolf. All friendship is desirable in itself, though it starts from the need of help. We must free ourselves from the prison of everyday affairs and politics. Believe about God everything that can uphold His blessedness and immortality. Become accustomed to the belief that death is nothing to us. Pleasure is the beginning and the end of living happily. For all good and evil consist in sensation, but death is deprivation of sensation. Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our abundance. For no one can come too early or too late to secure the health of his soul. We must keep in mind that the soul has the greatest share in causing a sensation. It is beneath man's dignity to begin and to end where the irrational creatures do. The only place to seek progress is where your work lies. So long as the soul is in the body, it never loses sentience through the removal of some other part. We must make the best of those things that are in our power and take the rest as nature gives it. Of all, this the beginning, and the greatest good is prudence. The virtues are by nature bound up with the pleasant life, and the pleasant life is inseparable from them. Beyond bodies and space, there is nothing which by mental apprehension, or on its analogy, we can conceive to exist. What is finite has an extremity, and the extremity of anything is discerned only by comparison with something else. Let no one, when the young delay to study philosophy, nor when he is old grow weary of his study. For a man who lives among immortal blessings is not like a mortal being. The resistance encountered is the equivalent of slowness, its absence the equivalent of speed. If you merely tremble and mourn and seek to escape misfortune, progress is of course impossible. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confident knowledge that they will help us. The impious man is not he who denies the gods of the many, but he who attaches to the gods the beliefs of the many. Nature's wealth at once has its bounds, and is easy to procure, but the wealth of vain fancies recedes to an infinite distance. In order to obtain security from other people, any means whatever of procuring, this was a natural good. A woman's biggest mistake is giving another woman an opportunity to make her man happy. The good man submits his mind to God that orders the universe, as good citizens submit to the law of the city. For he is free, for whom all things happen according to his will, and whom no one can hinder. We must hold that nothing suggestive of conflict or disquiet is compatible with an immortal and blessed nature. If I am of a great spirit, what concern have I in what may happen? What shall shake me, or confound me, or seem painful to me? Instead of using my faculty for the purpose for which I have received it, am I to mourn and lament at the events of fortune? All that is natural is easy to be obtained, but that which is superfluous is hard. A well-reasoned man thinks it better to be unfortunate in reasonable action than to prosper in unreason. Keeping in view our perceptions and feelings, we must recognize generally that the soul is a corporeal thing. The greatest misfortunes befall the wicked, and the greatest blessings the good, by the gift of the gods. never to disobey, never to accuse, never to find fault with any of God's gifts, never to let your will rebel when you have to do, or to bear, what necessity demands. When you close your doors and make darkness within, remember never to say that you are alone. You are not alone, God is within, and your genius. The greatest anxiety of the human mind arises through the belief that the heavenly bodies are blessed and indestructible. Believe that God is a living being, immortal and happy, according to the notion of a God, indicated by the common sense of humankind. Natural justice is a symbol or expression of usefulness to prevent one person from harming or being harmed by another. If a man tries to avoid anything beyond his will, he knows that, for all his avoidance, he will one day come to grief and be unhappy. Nothing is the rational creature so distressed as by the irrational, and again to nothing so much attracted as to the rational.